The People Station 107 JAMZ. What's up, y'all? It's the big homie Erik Tee hanging out inside the afternoon jump off, and I have got a family member on the phone. It's been about a couple of years since we've actually had him in the studio and on the air, but he's a Lake Charles native. Everybody knows him. He's definitely a top-selling book author, and think we're trying to convince him to go ahead and get that script together for an upcoming movie. I know he's working on that too, but my friend Erik Tee, live on the phone. What's up, E?
What's going on, Mr. T?
Man, I'm glad to be in the house with you again, brother. This time we got you over the phone, and of course we're talking about the new book that was just released with the killer trailer that I saw the other day too, A Cold Hard Truth.
Thank you, man. I'm pleased to have it out. The work of love. It was fun. Just got a chance to just kind of, take my foot off the brake and just go full speed ahead with this one. Thanks for having me on.
Man, it's always a pleasure, bro. We got to talk about what's going on with you. Of course, this is basically kind of reintroducing an old character of yours,
right.
who since you've been kind of writing other books and everything, it's always good to get that anticipation up, make people wonder what happened to, what would happen now, and why don't you give us a little synopsis about the new book here?
Yeah, Cold Hard Truth is my 12th novel, solo novel, but it's my third one featuring my character Truth, the guy introduced in Crushed Ice. He is a chameleon, a professional liar who is paid to destroy people's lives. And after I did that book, people kept asking, you going to do more with Truth? You going to do more with Truth? So I did another book with him, Frostbite. I'm not one for doing a lot of sequels or anything, so they're kind of self-contained stories, but that character just kind of stuck. And I've been working on the collaborations with Call Wherever with the Family Business series for a while.
Uh-huh.
And got a chance to jump back into Truth's world. Those voices were still talking. The characters still had some things to say and had some enemies to try to put the guy down. And this one here, it's hard-hitting, explosive, literally, figuratively.
Okay.
A lot of action. It was fun.
And that's the thing about it. A lot of folks think, hey, I can do wrong, but eventually it's got to come back. It's called karma. And
Yeah.
And this is obviously what Truth is dealing with. Some people that he thought he had taken care of, and they're coming back to get him, huh?
Yeah, one he thought was dead and one he didn't know he even existed. And so when you got a guy that deals in that world, I said, let me see what I can do in this book here, and how far can I push Truth to his limits. And the readers have to find out, does he make it out of this one alive? Will it be another book with Truth, or is this it?
Wow. I mean, let's tell you what, I know everybody and their mom is going to be at the bookstore. Said Books a Million right now. Is that it? Books a Million right now?
It should be. If it's not, just ask them. They can get it in stock or get it ordered for you. It's also online. You can order from everywhere: Apple, Amazon, Kindles, Nooks, everything. It's out there. Download or the physical book itself.
And of course, like I said, it's always good to get reads from you, man, because you touch on so many different things. I mean, it's unlike a lot of singers and rappers, you don't necessarily stick to just one style. You're always kind of switching things up, and I think that's one reason why your name is like at the top when it comes to authors really putting their heart into it. But I got to ask, man, with you taking a break and, kind of working with other people, like, is it the intent to do some of your characters that you've created kind of come into play when you're writing for somebody else or writing with somebody else? Like, how do you kind of differentiate the two?
Sometimes you have to establish that early on if you're doing collaborations, kind of what the guidelines are and what you're looking at. Sometimes it depends on who has the final say-so in terms of the final product. So it's always good to kind of work that out in the beginning and figure out where you're going to go.
Okay.
When I did that, I was free to pretty much tell the story once we kind of kicked it around and chopped it up. And then from that point, just kind of let it rip. And, it always feels good. Feels like, coming home, getting back to the characters that you know and love and that are just 100% your baby, and just get a chance to just roll with them.
So what's been the feedback so far? I mean, obviously, people are really big fans of Truth, which, like I'm saying, and I guess this is kind of another part of the question, too. What do you think it is that really draws people in to certain characters that make them want more and more?
People love the bad boys. People love the bad boys, I like characters that are shades of gray, and Truth kind of floats along maybe more toward the black side of the scale in the shadows, but, he has a little bit of a code to him. And I always kind of ask people, do you feel he's really evil, or do you feel it's just because of the way that he was brought up, some of the twisted nature of the things he does?
Yeah.
But, people love the character. They love to see what's going on and what I'm putting him through and what he's putting other people through as well.
And I know, as always, man, you got to – and one thing I like about the book, too, you can't really – especially your books – you can't really decipher how it's going to end. You know how a lot of folks tend to want to try to skip to the back and, I know how it's going to – I mean, even if you skip to the back of the book, you're still not going to know. You just want to read the entire book if you really want to get a good gist of what an Erik Tee authored book is like, right?
Yeah, even if those people who skip to the back, and I hate when you do that, but when you do that, you're still going to figure out the journey. How did it get to that point? So you might as well just start at the beginning and just enjoy the ride.
Man, that's what it is, bro. Well, of course, you're on social media because I see you out there taking pictures and everything else over there in H-Town where it's going down. But where can they follow you at?
Oh, simple. Website, erikteet.com. Also, I have an author page, Author Erik Tee on Facebook. You can also hit me up on the Twitter. I am Erik Tee. I'm on Instagram as well. I am Erik Tee as well. And, keep it simple. If you don't want to do all that and be lazy, just Google me. Just Google me.
Erik Tee live in the building, man. It's always good talking to you, man. Like I said, make sure you guys go get the new book. It's called The Cold Hard Truth. It should be at Books A Million. If it's not, make sure they get it. You can also go to Amazon.com. Anywhere it should be available for you. And like I said, man, we got to get you back on the pad again so we can work on a script. We got to turn one of these characters from the book to a movie. It's got to happen.
Sounds good. Sounds good, bro.
That's what it is. Erik Tee live on the telephone. Make sure you guys, again, go get the book, A Cold Hard Truth. It is available today. And also be looking out for the trailer at 107jams.com. But we got more music on the way right here on the People Station, 107 Jams and 107jams.com.